Oh. Hey guys, what are you guys doing here? Oh, that's right. How could I forget? Shop tour. Let's get into it. My goal this year was to have 1,000 subscribers, and I already have over 2,000, and it's blowing my mind. So my new goal now is to have 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Everybody who's been commenting on my videos, you guys are so sweet and so kind. Like, it's definitely inspiring me to make some good content. Your girl's on a budget. Some of the stuff in here I've gotten off Facebook Marketplace for free, and a lot of the stuff I've custom built myself, and I have also cut some things out on my laser that I have put in here to stay organized, like some shelving and whatnot. As you guys can see, I do ride quite a few motorcycles, but can't say I've always been the most responsible on them. Lesson learned. I don't do wheelies anymore. I'm not going to keep going on and on. Let's start the grand tour. Let's go. So over here, we got my miter station. Yeah, she's not quite the looker, but it's not always about looks, you guys. Okay? Eventually, I'd like to paint this to match my other stuff, like dark gray, black, and wood accents, but I just haven't had time to. But I got this on Facebook Marketplace for free. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get it moved from the person's house to here, but you know, a little help goes a long way. Over here, I did cut the corners off so that my saw wouldn't hit the corner, so it can have full range. So that's a cool little touch. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for Facebook Marketplace. You might come across something that you can snag for free, and you guys can customize it to fit in your shop. If you're looking to not spend a lot of money on your dust extraction system, this is a great alternative. It works good enough for me. Down below, I have my vacuum in my dust collector. It's all set up and connected to an automatic vacuum switch, because before I didn't have the vacuum switch and I would never remember to turn it on because I'm always going 100 miles an hour, like cut, go, you know, like no. So I got the switch, works great. So glad I did. All you do is you pull the trigger, and then the dust collector and the vacuum turns on, and then it will keep running for a few seconds after. Over here, we have all my spray paint. Okay, not all of it. I'm lying. I have a problem. I have an addiction, okay? There's more down here. You know what? No, it's not an addiction. It's a hobby. If you or somebody you know is struggling with spray paint addiction, just call 1-800-SPRAY PAINT ADDICTION. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so all jokes aside, this is really great to have all your spray paint, well, most of it, on display. For my brain, I like seeing it all out here because when I'm working on a custom sign and I got to blend colors or use a bunch of different colors, it's a great way for me to kind of figure out what's going to go well together. I've been asked a lot of times what kind of primer I use for my signs and what kind of clear coat. I will link these products down below. These shelves were purchased, these specific shelves were purchased, the cut files on Etsy. So this is just a great way to have things organized. It looks cool. Over here, I have my air compressor. I do have a fitting right here, so I just plug my air hose into it and it gives me access to air on the other side of my shop. I got this bad boy, I think at Lowe's. I did get it on sale for like $250. It's an upgrade from the one I used to have, so I do like it. It's fairly quiet in my opinion. I'll try to get the link in the description for you guys. I love having pegboards. I'll probably end up pegboarding everything. If I don't have spray paint shelves everywhere, I'm gonna have freaking pegboards everywhere. I just like having everything kind of like in my face, out on display, so that I can just walk up, grab, and go. I hate digging around for things in drawers, so this is a great way to stay organized and have things easily accessible. So this is something that I was so excited about when I got my miter station going. I have it on both sides. It is my T-track. So what I did is I got a router and I grooved out an inlay for the T-track. I got a long measuring tape that I was able to stick on. And then with my stop block, I made it out of wood. I cut out a groove in the center, and then I got a clear piece of plastic and bent it upright and drew a red line in the center so that whenever I'm sliding this along my T-track, I have the exact measurement that I need. Saves me so much time. I actually enjoy doing cuts now. Before, when I didn't have this, I hated cutting things. So this is a game changer, you guys. Right here, I have my sandpaper organizer. I cut this out with my laser, and it's just a great way to have your sandpaper out, ready to go, organized. I cut these little tabs out with my laser as well to tell me what grit it is. So this is a great way to stay organized. It's supposed to be hung up. There's little holes here. I just haven't had time to hang it up yet, but love having this out, easy and accessible. Really quick, right up here, we got some more storage for your stain bottles. I loved having these here when I was doing a lot of woodworking, having your stain ready to go. You don't have to pry open your jars. So I will link these bottles down below. Something you need to know, though, is that if you don't do a lot of woodworking and you don't use a lot of stain very frequently, these will dry out over time. But if you do use them frequently, these are great to have, and I love using them. That way you don't have to open up your little cans anymore. Like, it's just really easy and ready to use. You guys want to see something really cool? Because I sure do. Don't mind if I do. This is my prized possession. Something I'm very proud of. I built this bad boy out of some scrap MDF. She's not quite the looker, I know, but she works wonders. If you guys got scrap stuff and you're on a budget, you can make stuff like this. You don't have to go buy all the fancy things out there, okay? I got it on wheels. I wheel this thing around all the time when I'm using it. I built a small French cleat wall down there, and so I cut some things out for storage on my laser for my router bits, and my shelving over here, it stores my router and more of its accessories. On the other side over there, I have another small French cleat wall that holds more of my router accessories. And then on the back side over here, it holds my bag. I have a section cut out for that. So if you guys are on a budget, you can make stuff like this too, as long as you got some scrap wood laying around. All right, now we're going to get into learning a little about my work table. I used to work on a bunch of pop-up tables. I would bring them out every day that I had to work and bring them back in. So I finally found the time to make a work table. And this table is very large. It is on wheels, which is nice because of the size of it. It's nice to move it around if I have to, if it gets in the way of anything. The top of this table is for mica. I think I got it on Amazon. Wherever I got it, I'll link it down below for you guys. The reason why I love this Formica top is because it's super easy to clean up, and if it gets damaged for any reason, it's also very easy to be replaced. Right under here, I have some storage. I use the crap out of this, okay? Literally love having this because when I'm working on a very detailed sign up here, and I have like little tools because if I'm sanding, there's so many things that I use to make my signs. So I love having this cubby down here to store all my things, my computer, all that jazz. I also have a power strip right here. Having access to power on this table for my tools and my computer is super important to me. Now I kind of want to show you guys the even cooler part of this table. So let's take a look over here. Okay, so we got my French cleat wall over here built into my table. All these things that I'm about to show you are things that I use very frequently. I cut all these out with my laser. This one right here holds my rags. The lid comes off, and I cut my rags and stuff them in, and they're easy to pull out and ready to go. Right here, I have my combination squares. This right here is cut out so that you can slide them in and out super easily. Right here, I have my CA glue and the CA glue tips. I use CA glue like crazy when I'm working on my signs, so having those out and ready to go is really nice. I always have my tape measure out. And then right here, I have my paintbrushes, pencils, pens, toothbrush. I actually use that quite often, not for my teeth. And actually, these pencils right here, I'll link them in the description. These are amazing. Super fine. Oh, this one's broken. But you sharpen them on the end right here, and you get super fine. Okay, this isn't working. Okay, you guys don't need a description. You guys all know how to sharpen the pencil, I'm sure. But you get super fine lines with these. I love these pencils. I will link them for you guys. Gotta do a quick little warning. Forgot to mention this. if you own small children, they will think that you built this for them, all right? It's at their eye level. It looks appealing. It happened to me, I'll be honest, okay? My small child, my creature, came out here and destroyed all this. So to save you some time and energy, some frustration, don't let your kids out in your shop if you have this going on down here, because they will think it's theirs, you know? So there's your warning for you. Now we can proceed. Let's get into the rest. Guys, real quick before we start on that side of my shop, I just wanted to do a quick little rundown about some of my family bikes if you guys were interested in knowing what they are. This is a 1969 Trail 90. This was stripped down all the way to the frame and restored. It's been in my husband's family for a very long time, so it is a family heirloom. This goes off-roading with us when we go camping. This right here is a CRF 110 dirt bike. We mob this thing around like crazy. The kids love it. It is so fun. It's a great starter dirt bike. And then this bad boy, this is our stunt bike. This is a Honda Grom. You can't help but when you get on this thing to want to get a little swifty. You can't help it, as you guys have witnessed me crash. So whenever I'm feeling like I want to get a little bit of road rash, you know, and crash a bike, this is the bike I get on. Just kidding. I definitely don't do wheelies anymore. I have not had time to perfect that craft. But this is the bike that I did start off with whenever I first started learning how to ride. This right here is a Street Bob. It's a 2019. I don't ride this as frequently. It is mainly for like long rides. It is quite large for my size. So now I'm going to show you my most prized possession. Guys, I saved the best for last. This is my most prized possession right here. This is a 2019 Harley Sportster. It's a 1200. I am now almost 200 days sober. Round of applause. This is my therapy. This is how I decompress. This is a little about me I wanted to share with you guys. Before I did woodworking and laser engraving, we powder coated all the teal and white that you see on here when I was pregnant with my son. So a lot of energy has gone into this bike, and I just am obsessed with it. If you guys have any questions at all about any of my bikes, please leave them in the comments. Now let's finish off the video on this side of the shop. When I first started laser engraving, I didn't have anywhere to put my laser. So this right here is the first workbench tabletop that I built to hold my laser, and I did all my laser engraving right out here. Whenever we first bought this house, the only thing in the garage actually were just these cabinets. So as you can see behind me, I do have some pegboard. It goes all the way that way and up the wall, and then also all the way this way. I just think it's a great way to stay organized. I think it looks cool. These are all just non-related woodworking tools in here for like our cars and motorcycles. Actually, up above me, these cabinets we ripped out of our kitchen when we were remodeling, and we decided to bring it out here for more storage. So if you guys have scrap stuff laying around, you guys can build a lot with scrap. Well, everybody, I guess that's a wrap. That's the end of your grand tour of my shop. If you guys found today's video useful, it inspired you, you just liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be having more content out soon. Also, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. I always try to get back to everybody, and I'll be putting links down below of things that I've purchased for my shop. So if you're interested, check them out. Also, for the Amazon affiliate links, if you guys follow those links and purchase anything, a little goes a long way, and it helps support my channel. So thank you. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.